So guys, the property that I'm going to show you right now is a property that I'm going to rent out shortly. Basically lived in this property for 3 years. I bought this in 2020 for $1.28 million. At that stage of my investing journey, it was the biggest property I ever bought, but it was to live in for myself and my family. 3 minutes around the corner from the office, from my wife's family and everything like that. So this was originally bought as a place to live in. Now we're moving into a new property, we're upgrading houses, etc. Have a growing family, so we're kind of outgrowing this one right now. Now we're moving out of this one. I plan to rent this property out. Everyone was actually telling me to sell it. When you live in a property and you go to sell it as an owner-occupied property, you don't pay any capital gains tax, which is amazing. So I bought this property for like 1.28 million. The one across the road, that one's pretty similar. Right? That's similar bedrooms, similar bathrooms, similar all that kind of stuff. Similar everything, right? And it actually, like, I think the land's a tiny bit bigger. That one just sold for 1.9 million, probably about 6 or 8 months ago. I probably biased because I've lived in this property, but I believe our property is better. So if that's 1.9, let's say that one's 1.9, then this one will probably 1.9, maybe 2 million, depending on, because we have renovated a little bit of this property internally. This property that we're in right now actually has 2 driveways, and that's what I loved about this property itself, because like there's a driveway over there and there's a driveway right here as well. So like 2 driveways, and so you can fit like 2 cars there, 3 cars here, car over there. You can fit like 12 cars just out the front of this house, which is one of my favorite things of living here. Whereas the one across over there only has 1 driveway. But long story short, everyone has been telling me to sell this property because worst case scenario, I sell it for 1.9 million. I bought it for just under 1.3. There's, you know, 620,000 of like cash free, plus, you know, the loan's a lot less than that. So I'd probably have like $1 million in cash if I sold this property with paying literally no tax, but just selling fees. I'm gonna rent it out. Like, I don't believe selling it would be the best option, because like this property would still have tax depreciation. I'm gonna put it on the market for rent shortly, but I believe I could probably get between $1,200 to $1,400 per week for this property. So based off what I bought it for, 1.28, even if I rented it for $1,300 a week, that'll be from purchase price initially about a 5.2% yield. So it'll be more than enough to basically cover what the current mortgage is. I'd have tax depreciation on it. It's got a pool at the back, it's 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, multiple living areas, overall pretty low maintenance kind of house. That's one thing that I would like to say to some people, like, I'm not gonna sell this one, I might sell it in the future, but I'm gonna turn it into an investment property because I believe that's a better option. Who's to say in another 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 years or 20 years that it would be worth 20% more, 30% more, 50% more, as an example. Because even the land that it sits on would be worth 1.2, 1.3, and then to build the property again, you'd like to build a decent sized property. Now you have to spend 700,000. A property like that, which is like double brick construction on the outside, you'd have to spend like $1 million to build it. So a few things why I bought this property originally to move into. Basically, it was close to family that my wife had, very close to the shops, schools, amenities, train stations, all that standard stuff, but it was very close to the office. Like literally get from this property to the office in like under 2 minutes, and it was very close to family. So convenience was everything. It was a pretty low maintenance property as well. We did some renovation, like there's like gray tiles there. Carport area, we got that installed a few years ago, basically because you can drive to this driveway, park under there, go in that gate, and then that way if you're carrying groceries in and or whatever, if you're carrying children in, you can get from the car to the front door and not getting, you know, covered by rain, etc. Yeah, I personally believe it's a better option to hold this and rent it out.